After being bombarded with an insane amount of spoilers about the upcoming episodes of Cobra Kai, I finally threw in the towel and started finding out the spoilers on my own willingly. Now, it's too late to go back to when I was clueless about what's about to come. I know some of you are dying to know everything you can, so once again, here I am, sharp and ready to give you some crazy spoilers about part 2. If you're bold enough to take the risk, let's begin, shall we? First things first, I should say that Reddit is not a safe place if you're trying to avoid spoilers about your favorite show. I found these mind-blowing spoilers on Reddit, and the person who shared them says that they got it from a Cobra Kai Discord server. Apparently, people who were on the set of the tournament shared some inside info for the fans, so everything sounds legit to me, but we can always discuss whether these spoilers are actually true or not. That being said, we should start with the upcoming episodes' names because they give us some clues about what may happen in the future. To me, the most intriguing titles are these: Enemy of the Enemy, Tale of the Cobra, Origins, and last but not least, X-Degenerate. Yes, I'm talking about the first and last episode titles of Part 2 and 3. Enemy of the Enemy and X-Degenerate practically scream drama and intense plot twists. Don't you agree? It is safe to say that Part 2 will end with a massive cliffhanger, leaving us miserable with curiosity. In a previous video, I talked about a leak that said Part 2 would not reveal the winner of Sekai Taikai and that we can learn the result in Part 3. Plus, I think we may get even more flashbacks, especially in the beginning of the third part, which I absolutely love. These glimpses into the past always add so much depth to the characters and story. Now that it's off the way, I want to talk about episode 6 and 7. Episode 6 is titled Enemy of the Enemy, and it will be all about the Sekai Taikai tournament. This episode will kick off with the official announcement of all 16 participating dojos, along with a detailed rundown of the rules and regulations governing the competition. The tournament has a sensei division for dojos who enter the top 4. On top of that, there are 7 types of competitions in order for a dojo to win. These are the leaked details of the rules, but I bet there will be other important things as well. As for the matches, in the episode, Hawk and Dimitri will compete against Tiger Strike in a 2v5 showdown. I don't know what they're thinking, but I know for a fact that it will be epic for sure. In fact, I've learned that Hawk and Dimitri will take Tiger Strike down and end their mini rivalry. Sam and Devin, on the other hand, will compete against Dublin Thunder in a 2v2 match, and sadly, we'll also see Miguel and Robbie facing off against Dojo Berlin in a 2v2 match. I think Robbie might be a bit distracted because of Tori, but at the end of the day, he's got this. Maybe the whole Tori switching side situation will make him even more determined. Our favorites, Johnny and Daniel, will face off against Dennis and Snake, and I'm telling you, I think this will be the most exciting yet predictable one. In this episode, Kenny and Anthony are called for backups. I mentioned this in my previous video too, but the thing is, even though we know why Kenny is called for a backup, we still don't know why they called Anthony for a backup. Chosen, on the other hand, meets Kumiko and Yuna in Okinawa, and last but not least, Terry Silver returns and receives some help. So yes, the main focus will be the Sekai Taikai tournament, but we won't just sit and watch people compete, it will be so much more than that, which I love. In episode 7, titled Homecoming, we'll be seeing the rest of the matches. Miguel and Sam will face Furia de Pantera in a 2v4 showdown, and I think it will be an intriguing one. Then we'll see Quan and Tori compete against Fulci de la Notte in a 2v2 match. But that's not the only challenge Tori has to deal with in this episode, because Robbie will break up with her in a nightclub. After all, Tori's decision to join Cobra Kai devastated him. Tanner Buchanan, the actor who portrays Robbie, gives some insight into his character's mindset upon seeing Tori on Cobra Kai's side, which supports the spoiler about their breakup. I think he's torn up because he doesn't know which way is the right way at this point. I think he knew in his mind what he thought the right way was, and he had this pact with Tori of, we're gonna make this happen. Going into it, he doesn't have that pact anymore, and it's kind of thrown him off his groove. When he gets thrown off his groove because he's so emotional, he doesn't really know how to get back on it. We'll have to see where that kind of ends him up, but it doesn't look great for him right now. Tori's misery doesn't seem to end. It turns out that her mother's death was actually a murder. My guess was that Kreese had something to do with Tori's mom's death, and a lot of you agreed with me in the comments. There has been a lot of talk about Kreese's redemption arc, so I'm not sure how this storyline will end. There was also this very poor quality video of Sam with a new character on the beach. I'm guessing this is Axel, one of the members of the Iron Dragons fighting at the tournament. Some say Sam and Axel are going to be a couple, but we cannot know that for sure. Do you think Sam's getting a new boyfriend in part 2? Okay, here comes the bombshell. One of the most shocking spoilers. Dimitri's mother is someone we already know, and it's none other than Julie Pierce. Hilary Swank previously stated that she didn't think she would appear on Cobra Kai, but I guess she wanted to keep the surprise for the viewers. Many fans, including me, have been expecting a Julie Pierce cameo, but I never imagined it would be in this way. Earlier theories suggested that Daniel's search for answers about Mr. Miyagi's past could lead him to Julie, making it an easy way for the show to bring her back. It looks like Season 6 will finally give us some answers and shed some light on this intriguing connection. Even though we have lots of spoilers, I'm actually excited to watch them on screen because we don't know how things will turn out. One of the showrunners did say that they filmed alternative versions of events in case there were leaks, but I don't really believe him. He's probably trying to save face. Anyway, if you want to find out about more leaks, you can go and watch this one next.